Hey everybody, it's Steve. How you doing? Welcome to Vail, North Carolina, home of the Redneck Woodshop and RV Works. And we'll go down here to the Redneck Camper Works and see how we're doing. We are coming along. Try to be rapid. I'm so excited. Look up under that cab over. See that? That's painted. That canvas is done. Praise the Lord. And I will admit, because I had already done this canvas back here with the paint only method, I decided just to move on with this one. Only this time I did it in small sections and I worked that stuff down with a Bondo spreader, and it's on there tight as a drum head, and I'm very happy with it. And I've put 2 coats of paint on it so far. It's gonna get 2 more. Over here, I think I told you, maybe I told you, I decided that wasn't gonna work. You ever done something and just know it wouldn't work? And then one day I was in there and I looked down at that big water tank and how I would have to reach my arm through there, and it just wasn't gonna work. So I put those plugs back in and Bondoed them up. I'll sand them and paint them. Made me 2 new access ports on the sides there. I've just got it stuck in so critters will stay out. So I can reach over here and hook it up. Also got my shackles hung on the other sides. So the camper's painted. I got 1 jack on here, and I've been tinkering around with, hey, how am I going to do this? And the way I decided to do it was to buy one of them $35 swing away trailer jacks from Harbor Freight. Now, obviously this is temporary, but let me tell you, it picks it up like nobody's business. These are 1,000-pound rated. This whole thing, wet, shouldn't weigh 1,000 pounds, or real close to that anyway. So it picks it up like it's nobody's business. 4 of them will handle it really, really well. So what I did is when I built this thing, I doubled the framing this way and this way. So it's got a 3.5-inch lag bolt in it, 2 of them there, 1 of them there in the bottom frame. I'm not going to put one there because it won't hit a framing member. If I put it there, it'll go all poke through the wall. So I'm not going to put one there. I'm debating about putting one here in the middle, but I don't think I will. I think I'm just going to let it go as is. What I did is I took that bracket, the swing away bracket, that little thing you pull out the locks, took it off of it and just mounted it directly to the thing. I had to cut that off so I could get that hard head in there, but it's done. It's good and stable, and it, I had to be careful. That's a death trap, but it will pick it up. I picked it up about a 1/2 inch or so, and it picked it up like nobody's business. No creaking, moaning, or popping. So I'm very, very happy with that. So yeah, I got to get 3 more of those. Harbor Freight didn't have but 1. I'm gonna get 3 more of those. They're $35 a piece. They come with a wheel on them. That's the only thing about them that sucks. I wish they came with that removable foot. But either way, I'm gonna take a cutoff wheel and cut that foot off that holds the wheel, and either weld or bolt me on a pipe. And I'll probably set it up so that pipe will be removable, and I'll just leave the jacks on it. May take the handle off, I don't know. But anyway, that's still a work in progress. There's my other shackle. There's the old shower. Got the door mounted and been doing a little bit of work there. Got the AC box on. Step up in here. It's kind of dirty and nasty and muddy. Try to get in here where you can see. That's where the propane will go. I just got it stuck there right now, so I can, I got a steel braided line comes around underneath that faucet, and it's going to go into the oven over there. That is not turned on. There actually ain't no gas in that tank. I'm going to separate that away, wall that off so it'll be completely isolated from the electrical. Electrical so far is doing fine. Actually, I'm working on inverter power right now. I got it plugged in, but I wanted to drain my batteries a little bit. Let me show you what I did. I'm not quite done. I ain't got my PV panel on the roof yet. So anyway, I'll get that done. But I got to hook up my 12 volt DC to my DC panel to power those loads. The inverter works great. Right there is an inverter remote, which is going to wind up mounted up here with the charge controller somewhere, so I can turn that remote on and off from out here and not have to get in there. That is a 2 amp microprocessor controlled battery charger. Got it at Harbor Freight for about 30 bucks. So far so good. It charged that battery up, got it fully charged. I will attach those permanently. Everything you're looking at right now, well, not everything, but that part of it is temporary. But what I did is I come in here and I wired on the line side of the normal power, the shore power, I wired me a receptacle that will get a cover. And that receptacle will be hot anytime shore power is plugged in. Now, lest you think I did not protect that, remember there is a breaker protecting that shore power when you plug it into a campground. That thing ain't going to overload it. And if it shorts out, it don't matter if it's a 20 amp breaker or a 50 amp breaker. A short circuit will trip it immediately. So I'm not concerned about it. So anyway, what happens is when it's on short, see, it's actually working on inverter power right now. But as you can see, the battery charger is working. Why did I do that? Because if I'd have wired that battery charger out of that panel or off the line side or the load side down here, when this inverter was working, it would have still been powering that battery charger, and I would have had that battery actually trying to charge itself through the inverter, and that's an attempt at perpetual motion, which is not possible, A, and B, it's dangerous. So had to avoid that. And so this way, anytime I'm plugged into the campground, I can be charging my battery. I can also unplug that if I want to, and let my PV do it however I want to do it. Going down the road, the PV will do it. We've got options here. I'm hoping it's going to work out well. I think it will. Anyway, also back in the back, you can see I got the shower plumbed up. That stub up right there is going to be where the hot water comes in. I need to put a stub up on that cold water line to feed the hot water. I think what I'm going to do is buy me one of them off Amazon and mount it here on the back. You can't see nothing. On the back of the camper back there, and build a box over it similar to what I built over the air conditioner. Speaking of which, there's the air conditioner. It works very well. I haven't put the covers on because I got to paint. But, you know, coming around, I got a little trim work there, trim work around the window, you know, down here, caulks are drying. I got to put a hinge on that so we can raise it up. There's the inside of the access ports. Water tank slid over, and I got it fixed where it can't slide around now. There's the cab over and the lights. Nothing to really see there. Down here, you see my water pump. Got it mounted on the wall. Got my power to it. This will go to a switch up here. My wife wanted to use a regular faucet. She picked one out, and so the only way I can do that is to put a switch to turn on the pump when we want water. It's that simple. So it should work fine. It's all plumbed in and packed up. This is ready for the hookup to the sink right here. I ran out of PEX rings. I still got to crimp them down. This is where the water will come in. You know, this is where you will feed the water into the tank when you fill the tank. That has to be no pressure. You just fill it in with a water hose and let it run in there. This, of course, that is the vent line when you fill the tank with the air back out of it. This is going to be, this is water coming in if you actually have a water hookup at the campground. And you can hook up water and actually have pressurized water in the house. And there's a check valve here that won't let the pump my water back outside in the event that we're using, you know, our onboard water. If we're using the water on from the campground, there's a check valve built into that pump that will not allow the pressure from the campground water to backfill and pressurize and blow up my tank. So, you know, there's some checks and balances there. Tore down that cabinet, going to rebuild that out of plywood, and that's where our, you know, and I just laying right here, but around under the sink and in behind the cabinet, and that's going to be our propane hookup for our oven and cooktop. Here's the microwave. It's sitting there humming along on inverter power. It's not permanently fastened in. I'll have to take it out to paint. That'll be some shelves. This will be the refrigerator, and under the refrigerator I'm probably going to put a big storage drawer. The refrigerator's not quite this tall, and I'm going to put a drawer under that we can pull out. My wife can store whatever. And this will be a nice little wardrobe, and it'll be painted up. All that funny looking, that's all clear caulk, paintable clear caulk. It's all I had, but I had it. Charge controller will go here or there, I haven't decided, along with the remote for the inverter. Okay, so that's a little update. That's where we are. I got, you know, like I say, still got some trim work, but we're getting there. And get those jacks. I'm getting ready to take off the Harbor Freight and see if I can get those jacks and get what I need to get this thing finished. So anyway, thank you for joining me and coming along, and I hope you have a great day. Jump out there and do something for yourself. Do something, you know, And you know, let's think about it. I mean, I currently don't have backup power. My generator kicked a bucket. So I don't really have any backup power in my house, and I'm going to add some solar and get that done as soon as possible. But you know, push come to shove, this could be a little bit of a lifeboat. A place you could charge your phone, a place you could have a light to read by or whatever if you were out of power for a week. I don't have a source of heat in here yet. Got to come up with something for that, and it can't be electric because there's not enough power. So something propane. The propane will have to power that and the water heater. So we'll see. It's a work in progress. It's a design in progress. I'm not one of these people. I do a little bit of drawing and designing, but you know, I do most of my designing by screwing up and having to redo. That's just the way I am. That's how I've always done it, because you know, that's not the best way though. If you're a person that can design things well before you build them, do it. I try to do that, but you know, I'm not the best designer there is. Anyway, you folks have a great day. Enjoy these last couple of days of April, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.